It is a very big deal to be awarded a Sourcewell contract. It does not happen easily. We all know that. This session will help suppliers, especially new suppliers, understand the immediate steps after being awarded a Sourcewell contract. I'm Dan Seidel, and I manage multiple contracts in our fleet category. And this is Rush Aiken, Chief Revenue Officer from RoadFlex. Hi, Rush.
Hey, Dan.
So we'll start with question number one to Rush. Some suppliers may think being awarded a Sourcewell contract is the finish line, but you clearly saw at RoadFlex, it's the starting line, it's the beginning. Walk us through your approach to Sourcewell onboarding. What made you decide to invest heavily in the relationship from day one, including traveling to Staples, Minnesota, which is not easy to get to meet with the Sourcewell team at headquarters?
Yeah, Dan, I mean, that's a great question. And I see so many of my peer vendors make the big mistake of they've put in all this effort and this energy into providing a proposal and winning a bid. And once they get ink on paper, then it's done and they've checked the box. And after years of experience of working with Sourcewell and the awesome team here, we've learned that if you don't execute after signature, then you'll be less likely to be successful. So really for us, it's really about the starting line beginning at the point of signature and what you do after that point once you've been awarded. That's what adds the most value to the contract. If you can find Staples, Minnesota, it is not in Canada, it is actually in Minnesota.
Right.
We did find our way here.
Yep.
Every sales executive, sales leader's first step in this process is make sure you bring your team, your stakeholders that are going to be a part of the Sourcewell contract and government selling, if you will, and bring them to Staples, Minnesota. And I always see things as people, process, and products. So come to Staples, meet your team. They're great folks, have dinner, have a great time, build relationship, understand who you're going to be working with or who your sales execs are going to be working with on a day-to-day basis. Understand the process. What's the process like? What is it like for a city or a county to go through the process of signing up for Sourcewell or leveraging the existing Sourcewell contracts out there? And then just the product, like what is the product? What is Sourcewell? What is it not? That's what's more important, right? I've seen so many of my peers in the industry try to explain Sourcewell, and that's exactly what it's not.
Yep. Okay, Rush, question number two. Your team attended multiple Sourcewell academies across the United States. For those of you who don't know, these are free sessions that are given out by Dave Doon and his team. They're phenomenal resources for you right at your fingertips. When we come to your part of the country, please attend those. What was the most valuable insight your account executives and team members learned from these academies, and how did that transform the way RoadFlex educates prospects about cooperative purchasing?
Yeah, Dan, I think the academies are key to success. If the first step is to come to Staples, Minnesota, the next step is to get your team out to the academies. And it doesn't have to be just the sales executives. It can be anybody that's going to be associated with any part of your sales process. And David Doon and the team, they run a fantastic program, very educational, makes you an expert at Sourcewell and how it works. And I'll tell you what, I've worked with sales folks for many, many years. I've led sales folks for many years, and I know the number one rule in sales is if I don't know much about it, I'm not going to mention it. And as soon as they go to Academy, they come out of the Academy as an expert, and they're not afraid to say the word Sourcewell and help coach that agency through the process.
That's a great way to think about it, that they can go to these academies. Well, it might be Sourcewell 101 to them, or they might have some experience, but you're always going to learn something from Dave and his team. And also, let's not forget the networking aspect of these academies. You're going to meet, only suppliers are there, so everybody's in your wheelhouse. You can talk to those folks that maybe have similar contracts to you, learn the do's and the don'ts, the objections, and how to overcome that. So a great resource that a supplier should take advantage of.
Absolutely, Dan. And one of the things that we did with all of our team that went to the academies was we asked them before the academy, make sure you go meet at least 3 new people and ask them what works really well and what could they do better in Sourcewell. And always come back with great insights on how to best use the program.
I love it. Love it. There's a big difference between telling a prospect we're on Sourcewell versus truly educating them on what that means and how it works. How did you train your sales and SDR teams to proper position Sourcewell, how to leverage it, talk about how to handle objections, those types of things.
Yeah, kind of a three-phase approach. I mean, it's a great question, Dan. Three-phased approach that we took was first to get to the academies, to start with the one-on-one as you described it before. Dave will set the stage and set them up for success day one. The next thing we did was we got them in touch with you guys, Dan. You and Rachel and the team here at Sourcewell has been fantastic, teaching our employees, not just our sales executives, but our sales development folks, our business development folks, as well as like our client success folks, the folks that support our cities and counties and governments, and getting all of them up to speed on what Sourcewell is, and your team's been fantastic of doing that. But not only connecting them with you guys for personalized one-on-one training or team training, but also all the resources that are on the Sourcewell website, the videos that are out there, the testimonials that are out there. Those are also great ways to learn. And the third piece is we practice internally. For a few weeks there after the award and after we got back from the academies and went to the training, we practiced internally and said, hey, Dan, fellow sales executive, tell me what you know about Sourcewell. And we would practice with each other and articulating what Sourcewell is and what it means to our customers.
I like that, kind of a pop quiz in the office.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with it.
All right. So from branding collateral to displaying the Sourcewell flag at industry shows, you've clearly made Sourcewell a priority to make it visible, to kind of shout out you have a Sourcewell contract, which is awesome. Can you share some specific examples of how you've integrated the Sourcewell partnership into your go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, Dan, I mean, that is key. That is another mistake and a best practice I've seen people make is not do that, not brand Sourcewell or tie the Sourcewell brand with your company logo, RoadFlex logo, for example. And so we did a lot of things. We did a press release is key. That's always key to do a good press release, get out there, to put out there, do social media. We rebranded all of our collateral to make sure that we have the Sourcewell logo and some of the commentary and the contract numbers, obviously, that are on there. Even to the extent where we changed some of our signature blocks, signature lines in our emails to include the Sourcewell logo and the contract number in there as well.
Awesome. I love that. That was one of the things. Rush works with Mary at RoadFlex, and she made it part of her email signature, and she sent that to me like, hey, Dan, look what I did. And I love it because, again, it's not easy to get a Sourcewell contract, and when you have it, you need to leverage it, maximize it, and really shout out, make it visible, make it apparent that you now have this contract that these agencies can use. So
absolutely,
just marketing it everywhere and anywhere is a great strategy. Okay, so we got through the first 5 questions and talked a lot about the resources that Sourcewell brings to the table, but we're standing right here in the resource right now, our wonderful studio here in Staples.
The studio is fantastic. It's a great resource. We don't pay anything to use it, but it's a great resource for you and your team to come. And we're going to be certainly bringing our team to the studio to film some internal training videos just around, how to leverage Sourcewell contract, how to, we might role play a couple of deals, on camera and help new account executives coming under our team learn how to walk the walk and talk the talk, if you will. And this studio is a great resource.
And just to add to that, there's a lot of functionality here between all the screens we're looking at, the teleprompter. You can do a slideshow. We've got a podcast room, so you can put your Joe Rogan on and do a podcast. And what we're doing is more general for all of Sourcewell, all of our suppliers. But like Rush said, you can do specific training internally for your organization using your point of contact at Sourcewell. So really just anything you want to do, the studio can probably make it happen. So
best practice, definitely use the studio. It's a great resource for you.
Yep, absolutely. Last question, Rush. This is my favorite. If you were speaking to another vendor who just won a Sourcewell contract, kind of put you back 6 months ago, what would be your top 3 pieces of advice for maximizing the partnership? What separates vendors who simply have a contract from those who truly engage it, leverage it to drive growth?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. 3 keys to success here. First is don't ever see signing the dotted line on the contract as your finish line. That should be your start line. And go wide, right? Everybody in your organization should know what Sourcewell is. Even our C-level and executive level team knows, with 1 or 2 sentences, if you stop them in the elevator and say, hey, what is Sourcewell again? Hey, this is what it is, and this is how we use it, and this is how it benefits our customers.
Yeah, the famous elevator pitch.
Yeah, the famous elevator pitch. So get even your executive level team up to speed on how Sourcewell works. I think secondly, educate not only your entire team, but even the supporting team, the client success team. That's key. The sales development team, the business development team, your partnership team. Everybody across the organization knows what Sourcewell is and the partnership and the strength that it brings and the value that it adds to our end customers.
And to that point, Rush, they don't have to be an expert on Sourcewell.
Not at all.
They as long as they know, hey, we have a Sourcewell contract. I have Dan that I can rely on because he brings value to the contract. I know about their website. I know about their supplier portal. Just enough to be dangerous and to hand off to the next person, somebody who knows more about Sourcewell. That's good enough.
100%.
Right?
And you guys have been fantastic with that. Listen, for all the AEs out there, just you know what you need to know. Go, learn everything you can from Dan and the team. Learn everything you can from your members and the videos on the website, and then go out there and don't be afraid to bring it up when it's necessary. Don't lead with Sourcewell. Always lead with your product. Sell your product first. Once you kind of have them hooked, if you will, and they're excited about what you have to offer and they know that's meaningful to the city or the county or the agency that you're presenting to, then talk about kind of what are the next steps and where are the hurdles that you see, Mr. Fleet Manager or Mr. Public Works Director, that you see going forward. And when the motion of procurement comes up, that's a great time to insert, well, we have great news for you. We're part of a Sourcewell contract. We have a great relationship with the guys up in Staples, Minnesota, and we'll be more than happy to get you in touch with them. And they will give you everything that you need to be able to help your procurement move forward through that piece of the program.
That's excellent. Yep. So, thanks again. Any last words, Rush?
No, I think that sums it up, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today with you, Dan.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks,
everybody.